WTOV9 Sports is proud to present the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week tonight from Harding Stadium. Steubenville Big Red playing host to the Indian Creek Redskins. Hello again, everybody. I'm Don Sloan alongside the coach, Rich Walensky, and we're excited to bring you another season of high school football. And, Rich, a great night for football.
I'll tell you, it's a beautiful evening. It's probably a little too warm and humid, so the kids got to be real careful about getting hydrated during the course of the game. And boy, what a great opener for a Thursday night here in the Ohio Valley. Indian Creek versus Big Red.
Let's check in with a third member of our team, Jackie Kane, on the sidelines. Jackie.
Well, guys, this place is packed. The energy here is outrageous. Big Red's fired up, Indian Creek's fired up, and I'll be out here all night long bringing you interviews from the sidelines. But for now, I'll toss it back up to Don and Rich.
And as Joe Zellick said in the intro, it's a high school football Friday night. Well, on a Thursday night, but what a way to kick off the season. And boy, with that opening song, you'll hear a lot of that this year. If that doesn't get you fired up for football, I don't know what will.
I'll tell you, great song. Great song for a great time of the year.
And it's a Valley guy, and it took an Ohio Valley guy to write a song that really captures the essence of high school football here in the Valley.
Yeah, but what I want to know is how does a guy from Mount Pleasant get that country twang like he does?
Wintersville Trophy Shop kickoff. Big Red will receive to start things off. Indian Creek in the white with the red trim. Big Red tonight in the white pants and the black jerseys. Brandon Matthew kicking off for Indian Creek. He kicked for them last year. And back deep for Big Red, Trey Wiggins and Michael Goodwin. Set to kicking off the high school football season here. High school football 2008. Indian Creek and Steubenville Big Red. Last year was Big Red winning in this matchup to kick off the season by a 49-0 final. The 2008 season is underway off the toe of Brandon Matthew. Big Red takes it back at the 5-yard line. That is Trey Wiggins. Wiggins trying to get the outside. He gets snowed under at the 15-yard line. And Indian Creek's Dorian Thomas with a key play on special teams. Starters for Big Red. We'll check out the flag in a moment. Dwight Macon, Bronco Music, Ryan Dugan, the three returning starters for Big Red, highlighted in red. You see the sophomores for them in that starting lineup. Anthony Pirro among them, the receiver for Big Red. As we take a look down on the field, Coach, did you see what the penalty?
There's a little extracurricular activity there between two guys. This is going to be a penalty against Big Red. It'll be a half the distance penalty. I think it was probably an unnecessary roughness penalty against Big Red. Referee for tonight is Jim Kaczynski, umpire Jim Sperlazza Jr., linesman George Kalchek, line judge T.J. Brancazio Jr., back judge Tom Costantini. A real veteran group of officials out there tonight.
Dwight Macon, there he is, number 17, the quarterback for Big Red. Ran for 1,200 yards last year, threw for over 1,600. Bronco Busick will be in the backfield at tailback to start things off. Kind of an offset eye for the Red. Man goes in motion. Pirro to the top side. Handoff. Bronco Busick. Big hole off the right side. Busick 20, 25, 30, out to the 41-yard line. Big gainer for Busick on first down. We take a look at the defense for Indian Creek. A veteran defense. How veteran? Well, they're their returning starters highlighted for the defense of Indian Creek. You see Mark Traconis and Zach Yeager. Matt Stone tied for the team lead in tackles last year. Michael Traconis fourth on the team in tackles. Michael Waite, Daniel Dunleavy back to anchor that secondary. So first down on the play. 1st and 10 on their own 42-yard line. The red in the eye. Macon looking things over. Demetrius Brandon across midfield, and he will be wrestled down at the 47. He's in Indian Creek territory. Cullen DeSantis with the tackle for the Creek.
Tell you, Indian Creek is in a 4-4 defense, Don, on the first two downs that they've run. They're putting 8 people in the box. They're saying, okay, you're going to beat us, you're going to throw, we're going to try to take away your running game. And here you see number 28, Demetrius Brandon, just busting over left tackle. Good blocking on that side, up for a first down. 2 running plays, 2 first downs.
Official timeout. Big Red had come out with Anthony Pirro and Brandon Curley, and twins up to the top side. Pirro will come out now, but as we when we looked at the starting lineups, a lot of young faces, a lot of new faces in this Big Red lineup. There's head coach Reno Sakosh, and the headsets. There'll be different voices in those headsets for the first time in 30 years. Bob Radakovich, not the offensive coordinator, not calling plays. He has retired. JoJo Sakoch and Mike Haney taking over those duties for Big Red. JoJo, the offensive coordinator. So 1st and 10 on the 47. Demetrius Brandon up the middle, out to the 43-yard line. And that offensive line for Big Red, Ryan Dugan at left tackle, split time, started at times last year, but Mason Campbell, Jordan Banks, Jamie Duvall, Darren Hetherington, all new faces on that line for Steubenville Big Red. And you will also see Trey Terry and Jovan Paludi as well. Sage Kutry, the tight end, another newcomer to that starting lineup. Called a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Busick back in there at the tail. Little swing to the top side. Catch is made by Trey Wiggins. And Wiggins down to the 27-yard line. A nice gain for the Red, called about 16.
It's just so hard, Don, to defend the speed that Big Red has year in and year out. They lose guys, and there's kids that just come in, they plug them in, they do a great job. And again, you watch, nothing fancy, it's all pretty basic football, but they're so fundamentally sound. They do such a great job in blocking and running with the football, and mixing in the pass every once in a while.
1st and 10 on the 27. 2 receivers down to the bottom. That's Piro and Anderson. Busick on the short side of the top, and he gets down to about the 22-yard line. And talking to Reno when I did the high school football preview, just like for receivers, well, who do you have at receiver? Well, nobody's back, but he's got 6 guys that they plan on using: Wiggins, Piro, Carroll, Goodwin, Anderson, and Westlake. So a lot of different guys getting experience at receiver. You already see with Busick and Brandon splitting the carries at the tailback spot.
Right.
One sidecar, that is Busick. You've got Wiggins and Piro down to the bottom. Wiggins in the slot. Macon in the gun. It's a keep. And they snuff that out. He gets to about the 20-yard line.
Close to the 20-yard line.
Call it a gain of 3 or 4.
All right, we're going to have about 3rd and about 4 or 5. That time Macon on the ball as the ball carry coming out of the shotgun offense. Spread them out a little bit. Although that didn't go for a big gain, Don, it still sends a message to Indian Creek. You have to defend us off tackle, outside, and up the middle as well. And any one of us may be carrying the ball.
3rd and 4. Tight end to the near side. Fullback crabbing in motion. This is Demetrius Brandon up the middle. Brandon, big gainer. Down to the 9-yard line of Indian Creek.
Nice job that time by Mason Campbell. He pulled to the inside, came around the guard, opened up a nice hole over the right side. Awful lot of running room in there for Demetrius Campbell. Here it is right here. You can see it. Look at the hole. And so many white shirts on the ground, not standing, Don, but offensive line has them down on the ground.
1st and goal to go on the 9. Jordan McIntyre, the fullback. That's another spot with a new face in this year for the Red. Hollywood center, red zone. Busick breaks the first tackle, and then 3 guys bring him down at the 6-yard line. Leading the way, Matt Stone for the Creek, and Nico Otto. Here you see the Hollywood Center red zone, 2nd and 7. Split backs. Macon gonna keep it.
It's got room.
Touchdown, Big Red.
Great blocking on the left side of that offensive line for Big Red, and good blocking by the backs coming out of the backfield as lead blockers. Did a great job. You're going to see it right here. No penetration. Watch Busick. And a nice little running lane. Macon is able to read it, steps inside into the end zone for the score. Here it is again. And again, you see so many white shirts on the ground. No pursuit from the inside whatsoever.
Impressive opening drive. That's the way to start a season. Went 4 minutes And 16 seconds off the clock. Mixed things up pretty well. Ran the ball quite well with different backs. Brennan Stover on to kick it. Bad snap, and the kick is off the upright. It is no good. So the first points of the year are on the board, and Big Red leads it by the count of 6-0 on your Vapor Jet scoreboard. You're watching the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week brought to you in part by A&B Kia, Used Car Outlet, Belmont Technical College, Weirton Chiropractic Clinic and Wheeling Spine Center, and Wendy's. And Big Red set to kick off after scoring on the Dwight Macon keep from 7 yards out to go up 6-0. Now Indian Creek will get the ball for the first time. Brennan Stover, the returning kicker for the Red, will be kicking off. Good speed back for the return men for the Creek, Michael Waite and Dorian Thomas. And Thomas, a 1,000-yard rusher last year for the Creek, really came on strong as the season went on for head coach Andrew Connor. Stover with the kick, and it's going to be out of bounds.
Kick out of bounds.
Take a look at the starters. Offensively for Indian Creek, your quarterback will be Gavin Smith. There's Dorian Thomas, the 1,000-yard tailback for Indian Creek. Michael Waite, Daniel Dunleavy, returning receivers. Jay Calhoun, a returner at tight end. Brent Snyder, the lone returner on that offensive line for Indian Creek. So big. And we take a look there at Dorian Thomas, a member of our Big Season Sports, WTOV9 preseason Big 22, and just a speedy running back, very good vision, has excellent moves, 1,000-yard tailback for the Redskins of Indian Creek. 1st and 10 on the 35 for the Creek. Double tight. This is Thomas trying to bounce to the outside, and he gets out to the 40-yard line. Called a gain of 5 on 1st down for Indian Creek. You take a look at the defense for Big Red. Bronco Busick at middle linebacker, returning starter, as well as Ryan Dugan, the defensive tackle for Big Red, both returning starters. Busick led Big Red in tackles each of the last 2 years. Some new faces in there, among them Shaquille Petaway. And there's a good look at Bronco Busick, already verbally committed to play his college football at WVU. Smith up under center. He's going to roll. Now he'll run quite a bit. He doesn't like to force things. He gets brought down from behind by Bronco Busick. Ball on the ground. Big Red's got it. Fumble on the play, and Steubenville Big Red comes up with it. I believe that was John Elder, number 67, a first-year starter. He's a junior for Big Red. We take a look on the replay, Coach.
Here he goes, he's rolling, and it looked like all of his receivers were running away from him and runs into a lot of traffic right there. He's spun down, the ball pops loose, and you can see the Big Red is on it right away, and that was number 67 for Big Red making the recovery, John Elder.
An excellent backside, excellent pursuit from behind by Bronco Busick to force that fumble. Big Red will be in the gun. 1st and 10 on the 31. Double tight. Demetrius Brandon, the sidecar, 2 receivers up on the top side. And you got a flag.
Play blown dead.
What do we have? Delay?
See what the preliminary signal is. Dead ball.
False start on Big Red. So that'll back them up, make it 1st and 15. National City Bank score bar. Big Red 6, Indian Creek nothing. 6:52 to go here in the first quarter at Harding Stadium. Brandon Carroll split all the way to the top. Wiggins in the slot. McIntyre lined up as a wing. Now he'll go in motion to the top side. They'll swing it out to Wiggins. Takes out the block from Carroll. Wiggins, 15-10, touchdown Big Red.
Wow.
Trey Wiggins.
What a nice throw by Macon. And when we see it on the replay, Don, you're going to see a really well-conceived play here. Good block by the wide receiver. Here it is. Just that little bubble screen right there. And a good block, as you can see, from number 10, Brandon Carroll on the outside. And then number 20, Trey Wiggins really pops it in for the score.
If this were hockey, there would be a big assist for Carroll.
Absolutely.
Excellent job on that block by the senior Brandon Carroll, the veteran, if you will, on what is a very young receiving corps, but executed perfectly by the Red. Stover nails that one. 13-0, Big Red. 6:45 to go here in the first quarter. You can see it Saturday morning. Stover with a kick. Thomas at the 10. Thomas to the 20. He gets out to the 32-yard line, or the 27-yard line, rather, where Indian Creek will have its second possession. And mistakes, you had the fumble on their second play, the first play. Thomas had a nice pickup, gained 4 yards, and then they put the ball on the ground.
If you recall last year, Don, but go ahead.
Very similar situations. This year's Big 22 is a great compilation of who you should watch out for. It's high school football season. Log on to WTOV9.com. Vote for who you think should win the Player of the Year award only on WTOV9.com's high school football super site. Nothing brings you closer to the game. 3 preseason Big 22 players, Busick, Macon, and Thomas, playing in this game tonight. 1st and 10, the Creek on their own 27. Hand off to the fullback, and Ryan Dugan there to wrap it up.
I tell you, they were in an odd man look that time, Don. Instead of being in their 4-3 that you usually see Big Red in, that time they were in a 3-5 look, 3 down linemen and 5 linebackers. And, that really causes a lot of problems because they do so much stunning out of that defense. Ryan Dugan, 55.
Do you really think Ryan Dugan's 5'9", 178?
No.
That's what the program says.
He's 5'9", 178. I'm an astronaut.
2nd and 9 on their own 28 for the Creek. I formation, Thomas. Ball on the ground. And that will bring up 3rd down.
51 checking into the game for Big Red. That's Jordan Banks. And Dugan coming out. Indian Creek just, they haven't gotten any rhythm yet. Well, offensively, they just can't do anything with the ball.
And they'd switch quarterbacks there. That was Adam Young.
Yeah.
The sophomore, who they're high on. Young and Smith will both see time.
They have to do
Smith wearing 12. He normally wears 15, which adds to that confusion.
But Indian Creek has to get some positive plays, to get a little bit of confidence so that they can get their offense on track.
3rd and 11. They've got a bunch down here to the bottom. Busick showing blitz. Toss the other way to Thomas. And Thomas cuts it upfield, gets to the 33. And that'll bring up 4th and about 6.
All right, that time they had a nice block by the wide receiver out there. Got on Big Red's cornerback, was able to sustain his block, and was able to give Thomas an opportunity to pick up a few more yards. If it wasn't for that fumble, they'd be close to a 1st down, if not having a 1st down right now.
Brandon Matthew does the kicking and the punting for the Creek. Big Red has Caleb Westlake
David Anderson
back on his own 35. Cullen DeSantis, that up man for the Creek. Matthew,
nice
that's
kick.
A nice punt.
Nice punt.
Westlake at his 30. To the 40, and the flag flies for a block
knocked down at the 40
against the Red.
Brandon Matthew, the punter.
Well, that flag came a long way.
Punt travels from 30 yards. 36.
That's the line judge, T.J. Brancazzo, showed a pretty good arm there.
They're discussing it.
They have 2 infractions. Offense, legal procedure, 6 men on the line, receiving team, walk in the back.
Okay, so what are you going to do now?
Procedure and a block in the back.
Those are both live ball fouls. going to discuss it.
Two-man foul. Penalties offset. We'll repeat. Fourth down.
They'll
Okay.
repeat fourth down.
Right. Even though one was a 5-yard penalty, the other a 15-yard penalty, they're still going to bring it back. They were both live ball fouls. If one would have been a live ball, one would have been a dead ball, would have been a different call. But in this case, both infractions occurred while the ball was in play. So they're going to offset each other. They'll replay fourth down.
And remember, this is where Indian Creek had trouble last year. It was the punts that really, the punting game really put themselves into a hole
Indian Creek
with
will
bad
run
snaps
that
on the punt.
and
So
re-kick.
4th and 4. We'll do it over. Trey Wiggins has good speed. He's on this edge. Big Red puts a lot of time into their punt block schemes. High snap. And Westlake lets it go out of bounds, and Big Red will take over on its own 27-yard line. Let's head to the sidelines and Jackie Kane.
All right, I'm here with the Indian Creek cheerleaders, and Big Red has already scored twice. So, girls, you really got to get your team going. Show me how you're going to do that. Let's see it. Let's go. All right, we'll see if we can help out the Redskins. The cheerleaders are fired up. We'll send it back to you guys.
And thank you, Jackie. Big Red takes over 1st and 10 on its own 27-yard line. Brandon Carroll splits down to the near side. Jordan McIntyre, the fullback, and Demetrius Brandon, your tailback. And it will be Brandon. Right side, boy, excellent leg drive, gets out to the 31-yard line. Called a gain of 4.
Good solid inside running that time. And you got to do that every once in a while, Don, just to keep them a little bit honest, slow down the pursuit of those inside linebackers, because Big Red likes to run so much off tackle and to the outside.
Dalton Kesselman and Cullen DeSantis defensively.
Second and 6. Ball to 31. There goes Wiggins in motion, and it is Brandon.
Ooh, nice
hit for Indian Creek.
Nice tackle by the inside linebacker. I want to see who that is.
That's Stone.
Thought it was number 11, Dalton Anderson, maybe, or number 61.
I see a lot of 6s, 8s, and 9s that look similar.
But I'll tell you, good solid hit by the inside linebacker. Really stepped up into the hole, made a good solid tackle.
Yeah, what would have been Matt Stone or Nico Otto? Traconis a 3. Those numbers, jerseys look the same. 3rd and 6 on their own 31. Timeout Indian Creek. And with that, we will take a timeout as well. 2:48 to go in the first quarter. Big Red leads at 13-0 on your Vapor Jet scoreboard. And we are back, 3rd and 6 for Big Red. The ball on its own 31-yard line. Dwight Macon in the gun. Demetrius Brandon is the sidecar. Macon rolling near side. Sage Kutri is there. Fires Piro with the catch. First down, Big Red out to the 41-yard line.
Dwight Macon.
I see George Dawson down on the sideline near Jackie Kane. He is the director of the Lou Holtz Hall of Fame. Very big high school sports fan and big East Liverpool Potter backer.
And we'll probably see him tomorrow night when they play Beaver.
Absolutely. He's always with a camera, always taking pictures, but I emceed that event this year. And, oh boy, the Lou Holtz Hall of Fame, that was a great event, great banquet to take part in. 1st and 10 for the Red. Bronco Busick. Breaking tackles, Busick to the 48-yard line. Hard guy to bring down.
Such a strong runner inside, and shows decent speed too. Don, there's no question about the talent that he has, but the thing that sets him apart from some other guys, is his attitude, his intensity, his understanding of the game. He's the kind of a kid you look at and he loves to play the game.
2nd and 3. Busick, the lone man in the backfield. Well, actually, McIntyre lined up as a wing down to the bottom. Macon rolling. Catch is made by McIntyre, and McIntyre to the 32-yard line. Jordan McIntyre.
Again, a good block downfield by Brandon Carroll, number 10. You know, he's not getting the ball as a receiver, but when those balls are thrown underneath the patterns that he's running, he's always looking to get a block, and did a good job that time of getting his body between
Gavin Smith,
the Big Red ball carrier and the defender.
along with Alan Hesswell defensively. Gain of 19.
19-yard gain makes it 1st and 10 at the 33 of Indian Creek. Busick lined up beside Macon. 2 receivers up to the top. Double tights. Macon rolling and fires it incomplete for Danny Bain, the tight end, a junior. And just looking, Jordan McIntyre is a senior, Busick's a senior, but a lot of these guys, as Ryan Dugan, but a lot of these guys are juniors and sophomores, a lot of young players for Big Red.
DeSantis defensive
It
coverage.
looked like that time Macon wasn't sure whether he wanted to run or wanted to throw the ball, and at the last minute he decided to throw it. Poorly thrown pass, and that's something that you don't see him do very often.
2nd and 10. Yeah, I thought he was going to run with it. Pirro goes in motion to the top side. Macon avoids the first tackler, and wide open is Anthony Pirro. And he gets knocked out of bounds at the 17-yard line. But I'm telling you, Indian Creek was there and just could not make the tackle on Macon.
Okay, Pirro was wide open underneath. Had 2 receivers that pushed off. A little bootleg action. Right there, Macon breaks the tackle, continues with the play. You can see how wide open Pirro is at about the 30, does a good job of catching the ball and then running with it after the catch.
And Michael Wade injured on that play, number 2. He's still down on the far sideline.
Yes, he is.
But Anthony Tate came in there with the pressure, and Macon just showed how elusive he is and literally escaped.
Correct.
Don't miss next week's WTOV9 Game of the Week. It's Magnolia at River. If you can't make it to the game, you can watch it on WTOV9 Friday night, August 29th, 11:45, following Sports Friday. The only game in town, Magnolia and River. It's opening night in West Virginia. River opens this week on Friday night against Fort Fry, and the first high school football game I ever covered here in the Ohio Valley was a matchup between Magnolia and River. And Mike Snively was playing for River. Terry's son, Terry, was the coach. Mike Snively was the quarterback. And I believe Aaron Caesar, Dave Caesar's son, was the quarterback for Magnolia. And that is a great rivalry, Magnolia and River.
That's just right,
I remember
right
that.
across the river from each other. It's going to be like a homecoming for you, Don.
That was 18 years ago, and I can still visualize that. You always remember where you were at a certain time. Hollywood Center red zone. Demetrius Brandon spinning, and he gets down to the 10.
Brandon spins his way down to the 11.
Really showed some quick feet, being able to change directions once he got into the hole. His feet constantly moving. Was able to find a crack in that defense and get up there for some good positive yardage. A gain of about 7. We'll bring up 2nd and 3. I tell you, it's real important now for Indian Creek they have to make a stop here. If they go down 20-0, you know, it's going to really be hard for them to dig themselves out of that hole. Somebody on that defense has to step up and make a play.
Wiggins is in the slot. Now he goes in motion. Macon unloads it. Touchdown. Sage Kutry, the sophomore tight end, open in the end zone for his first touchdown.
That time Macon looked so good, you know, underneath center and you know, playing out of the spread. You know, he's such a threat when he gets out on the perimeter. You don't know whether to come up and force him to throw, stay back, force him to run. That time the tight end, you know, got into the secondary. Here you can see it on a rollout. And boom, there it is. You can see Sage Kutry wide open. They flooded the area over there and was able to get him open.
Stover's kick is up, and it is good. Big Red puts another touchdown on the board. 6 seconds to go in the first quarter. Big Red leads it 20-0 on the Vapor Jet scoreboard. Jackie Kane. So Big Red impressive, and you look coming into this season, Coach. A lot of playmakers graduated from this team, and tonight a lot of new faces. You know, your Stevie Davis is gone, Anthony Goss, a lot of guys that had been playmakers here. Marky Markakis, and now some younger guys have the chance to step up, and they put the ball in the hands. Wiggins has caught a couple passes. P. Rose caught a couple passes. Now Kutry with a catch, spreading the ball around quite a bit. Jackie Kane.
You know how many guys have already touched the ball in the running game for Big Red?
I'm here now with Big Red Athletic Director Fred Hetherington. Obviously a huge crowd out here. What do you think about both sides being packed?
Great atmosphere, great night for football. High school football kicked off in Steubenville. We're proud to have that, but we have a great crowd and a great atmosphere.
WTOV9 Game of the Week, first game of the season. What does this mean for your program to get you guys fired up?
It gets our kids exposure, and it just gets us into the season. It's great to start the season in Steubenville, like I said, and we're proud to be there.
All right, thanks so much for your time. Back to you guys.
Fred Hetherington, baseball coach, athletic director, and little known fact, outstanding golfer.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Very good golfer. I don't know if he's so good or I'm so bad. I don't know which it is.
That's probably a little bit of both. Or a lot of him being good and a lot of you being bad.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Still 4 ticks on the clock here in the first quarter. As Indian Creek breaks the huddle. Matt Stone, the fullback, Dorian Thomas back deep. This is Thomas trying to bounce outside, gets by Ryan Dugan. Trying to get to the corner and lowers the boom. He gets out to the 31-yard line. Excellent run on first down for Dorian Thomas. That brings the first quarter to a close as Big Red leads it on the VaporJet scoreboard, 20-0. You're watching the WT. And welcome back to Harding Stadium. VaporJet scoreboard. Steubenville Big Red leading Indian Creek by the count of 20-0 as we begin the second quarter of play. 2nd and 3. Dorian Thomas had a 7-yard gain to bring the first quarter to a close. Using pressure. Here comes Thomas, and you're going to have a flag. Nice run by Thomas.
Nice
coming
run.
back. You've got a hold on Indian Creek.
That was an excellent run by Thomas. Broke a tackle, looked like he was going to be held for a very, very short gain. Was able to break through that tackle, get upfield for a good positive gain. But I'll tell you, if we have this on a replay, I'm going to watch Bronco Busick as he's stunning from the inside linebacker position.
Illegal shift.
That was an illegal shift.
Jackie Kane.
Yeah, I'm here on the sidelines bringing you the action down here. I got a bunch of Big Red fans. What do you guys think about the game so far? Do you guys think Big Red's going to keep it up? Yeah! Woo! All right, so that's some of the action down here from the Big Red fans. We'll send it back to you guys.
So 5-yard penalty for the 5-yard penalty for the Creek brings up 2nd and 8. Negating a nice run by Thomas, but when Busick stunts like that, still take you back to that John Glenn game when he was so effective doing that in the playoffs a couple of years back. Thomas trying to turn to the corner. Thomas 25, Thomas 30. To the 32-yard line, gain of 6 on the play. First quarter highlights.
Maybe to the 33. Jesse Burden on the stop.
Dwight Macon, 7 yards out. First touchdown of the season. Then a little swing pass to Wiggins. Goes in for the touchdown. Big Red leads it 13-0. Trey Wiggins. Then Macon to the junior tight end, Sage Kutry. And that's where we stand now. Big Red leading by the count of 20-0 after 3 first quarter touchdowns. 3rd and a yard. Couple nice runs by Dorian Thomas. for the Creek. Man in motion, top side. And
I think Indian Creek called a timeout. Yeah, Coach Connor is out there. He's not too happy with his team right now. Something about maybe the wrong formation, the wrong people in there.
I think you're right. A personnel issue. They had the wrong folks out for the play that they wanted to run. We've heard all about YouTube, but the Ohio Valley has its own place to post videos, TOV Tube. When you log on to WTOV9.com, click on the TOV Tube icon at the top of your screen. Signing up is easy. Posting videos, it's a breeze. Post your favorite videos today on TOV Tube. 10:37 to go first half. Big Red leads at 20-0. Third one on their own 33 for Indian Creek. Here's Coach Andrew Connor. There's head coach Reno Sakash of Steubenville Big Red. And interestingly, we were noticing earlier, as we see Andrew heading over to the Indian Creek sideline. Third down in the yard.
We'll be home Monday evening next week.
But the bunch down here, now last time they had this formation, they set Thomas to the far side, away from the bunch. And they do that again, and it is snowed under.
Wow.
Coming up and making a tackle, Boo
There's
Jackson.
a flag. One came flying up from the umpire.
William Jackson on his tackle.
Big Red sniffed that play out really well.
There's number 11, William Jackson, coming off the corner, making a real solid hit.
Dead ball enforcement. Personal foul on the defense. Is 15-yard enforcement.
It's a costly penalty. Personal foul on Big Red.
Personal foul indicated against the Big Red, penalized 15 yards.
I believe that this is the first down for Indian Creek, and now this might give them a little bit of confidence. Give them a little bit of rhythm now. Get going, get moving a little bit. 8 people in the box for Big Red. Another timeout, and that may be Indian Creek's last timeout of this half.
Mary Washington's ticket booth. Timeout Indian Creek.
Just some confusion on the formations or the personnel with the formations. That's one thing, Don. It's now, it's multiple offensive formations. You need different people in there for different things. And this early in the season, it's bound to be a little bit of confusion.
Vaporjet scoreboard. Big Red leads it. 20-0 your count. We've got 10:22 to go here in the first half. The WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week brought to you in part by the Health Plan, Belmont Savings Bank, the Ogden Easy to Use Big Book, and West Liberty State College. And we are back at Harding Stadium. While we were gone, Indian Creek picking up 7 yards on first down. Quarterback Gavin Smith, the keeper, to the far side. Will not come out on 2nd and 3. Thomas back in the backfield. Stone, your fullback. They've got Michael Waite split down to the bottom. Rolling is Smith, keeping is Smith. First down. Gets brought down hard from behind at the 39-yard line. Backside pursuit by Jesse Burton.
By Jordan Meyer defensively.
Jordan Myers also in on that tackle from his free safety position. That's another sophomore in that lineup.
1st and 10.
Okay, looks like Big Red's going to take a timeout here.
Charge timeout. Defense.
Timeout, Big Red.
Jesse Burton, as you can see, coming from his linebacker spot, making a good solid hit on the sideline, gets an assist from Jordan Meyer. Big Red timeout. Coach Suckotch talking to his defensive unit.
This Labor Day weekend, the Friends of Cole Prep Classic will be played at Wheeling Island Stadium, featuring 3 games, including Pennsylvania's AAA defending state champ Thomas Jefferson. They take on Cleveland Glenville. Second game features 2-time national champs Lakeland, Florida, and Pittsburgh Central Catholic. And the finale is the local matchup between Wheeling Central Catholic and Steubenville Catholic Central. A great day of football, September 1st, Wheeling Island Stadium, the Friends of Cole Prep Classic. 1st and 10, couple nice runs by Gavin Smith, the quarterback, moving the ball into Big Red territory at the 39-yard line. Dorian Thomas, note under. Good penetration by Gerald Christian. Bronco Busick there as well.
Jesse Burden and Shaquille Petaway leading the Big Red tacklers.
No gain on the play, brings up 2nd and 10.
Indian Creek has a nice little drive going here now. We haven't seen Dorian Thomas, touch the ball in the last couple of series. Quarterback has done a good job of rolling out and getting some positive yards on the perimeter. We'll see if they come to Thomas right now.
And they really have a delayed, long, drawn-out, a lot of times, snap count. They don't do it there. Gavin Smith unloads it, and it is caught by the tight end, Calhoun. Jay Calhoun, the senior, with a grab. Here's a look at Calhoun, 6'2", 210-pound senior. He's a returning starter. That time they went on a bit of a quicker count, but I think a lot of time with Big Red jumping around and so forth that they have had, if you notice, that long delayed snap count.
Yeah, Jay Calhoun that time came from his tight end position on the left-hand side, a little bootleg action by Indian Creek's quarterback, and he was able to find an opening coming across the middle, and again, free safety had to come up, make the tackle. That was Jordan Meyer.
They're in the bone on 3rd and a yard. Thomas is met by Busick, and I don't know how you time a snap count any better than that. Busick could have taken the handoff.
And they were in an unbalanced line that time. They had the power set to the right in the wishbone, and Busick just comes from that left linebacker position, boom, like he knew where the play was coming, and he was going to get there as the ball carrier did. And how many times did we see him make plays like that last year, too, Don?
Oh, mercy.
When you're playing against a defense like this Big Red defense that constantly is attacking you with their linebackers, you got to block the gaps. You've got to zone block it. You got to cut off every gap and hope for an opening somewhere.
4th and 5. Smith gets brought down by Busick. Back at the 47-yard line, he fumbled the snap, and then that play never had a chance.
Looked like Indian Creek was going to get something going that time on that drive, but a couple of mistakes on 3rd down, and then again here on 4th down, and Busick is there to make the big play.
Do you think that young man lives up to his press clippings?
Well, he hasn't disappointed me so far.
I'm telling you. First and 10. The Red on its own 44. McIntyre and Brandon, your running backs. There's Mack. Jordan McIntyre for a gain of a couple.
A little midline option look that time by Big Red.
And when we talked about guys getting the ball, McIntyre caught a pass tonight.
Yep.
It's about 3. Zach Yeager making the tackle for Indian Creek.
Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and 7. Piro in motion. Macon, plenty of time, fires, and incomplete. Over on the coverage, Alan Hastwell, the backer for Creek.
He's looking for Piro in the flat from that slot position. And that time it didn't seem like Macon got his feet set and the shoulders turned around. The ball was delivered low and behind the receiver. So it's going to bring up 3rd and about 7 or 8. Let's call it 8.
Michael Traconis checks in, and Alan Hastwell goes out. 3rd and 7. Dalton Anderson showing pressure from that top side. Anderson is there to rip down Macon.
All right, good defensive series that time by Indian Creek. It's 3 and out for Big Red.
You could see that right before the snap, Anderson was coming, and here's a look on the Doan Ford replay.
Backside guard and tackler pulling, as you can see there, number 51, but excellent penetration by the Indian Creek defensive line. They're going for it on 4th down, it looks like.
And Dalton Anderson, 6'5", 205, good size. He's a junior. 4th and 8. Brandon the sidecar. Here comes Macon. Looking a throwback screen to the tight end, Sage Kutry. Kutry across midfield, making a move. Bounces off one of his own guys and then picks up about 8 more yards. Excellent play on 4th and 8 to Sage Kutry, who's showing himself as a receiving weapon tonight.
Nice call, tight end screen. You're going to see the tight end at the top of your screen, number 84. You can see Macon comes over here and really attracts the crowd. Makes a nice throw cross field. And good running here by Kutry after the catch. Nice block downfield by number 9, Piro. And enough room for the first down.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Official timeout.
Equipment repair.
Well executed plays. I mean, that Kutry slips out unnoticed. They let the pressure come in. They get it to him, just like that bubble screen.
Yep.
Big Red executes this well thought out, well planned out plays, but they're so well executed.
Right. And I'll tell you, you're not going to see him run a lot of different plays. I'll run him from a lot of different formations, but not a lot of different plays.
1st and 10.
Oh,
good hit.
Nice hit. I'll tell you,
Indian Creek had
Indian
excellent
Creek's
pressure right there.
It's starting to get a little more aggressive now. You know, they're starting to fight back a little bit. They're not as passive as they were on the first 3 or 4 series that Big Red had. And good job that time by the interior of that defensive line. From the backside, I didn't get the number, but it was a great play coming from the outside and pursuing down hard to the inside.
Matt Kauser among those on that stop. 2nd and 12, loss of a couple.
Looks like he might be changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Everyone's set, ready to run.
2 receivers to the bottom. That's Carroll and Piro. Macon, pump fake, looking for an out and up. He's being pursued by Anderson and lets it fly. Carroll can't get it. He's out of bounds, but Dalton Anderson, excellent pressure, excellent pursuit for Indian Creek.
And I tell you, they were lucky that they had some pressure on him because the receiver, Carroll, was wide open down around the 3 or 4 yard line.
Dunleavy, defensive coverage.
It's going to bring up 3rd and about 11. And Indian, as I said earlier, Don, Indian Creek's defense starting to come to life a little bit now. Better cover the slot receiver this way.
3rd and 12. Bronco Busick. And he gets to the 30.
Bronco Busick gets about 6.
Nifty run for a 6-yard gain by Busick will bring up 4th and 4.
And they're in 4 down territory. They're around the 30-yard line, so they're going to go for it. Here it is. It's just a little draw, like a little sprint draw coming back the other way. And Busick finds a little running room over there, gets as many yards as he possibly can, and as always, falls forward for the extra yardage.
Trey Wiggins, a slot to the bottom. P-Rose split all the way out. Busick topside. Run for Macon all the way. Picks his way through. He's got the first down. Macon to the 24-yard line. Now they'll spot it at the 25, but a first down nevertheless for Dwight Macon.
1st and 10, Big Red. Michael Chaconis defensively.
I'll see. Thanks.
Always a great time here at Harding Stadium right before half when they deliver sandwiches. 1st and 10 at the 25. Demetrius Brandon in the tailback spot. McIntyre, your fullback. P-Row down to the bottom. That's McIntyre crabbing in motion to the bottom.
There's the
stretch
play.
Brandon, 20, 15, 10. Knocked out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Hey, you know, Don, that play was not exceptionally blocked real well, but the speed to the outside and able to turn the corner. Here it is right here. Yeah, it looked like there might have been a little hold on number 1, Cullen DeSantis. But nevertheless, number 28, Demetrius Brandon, able to take it to the outside. You can see right here. And he just outruns. There was nobody blocking the corner.
And Michael Waite, excellent pursuit, knocking him out of bounds,
Yes.
saving
That's
the
right,
touchdown.
never gave up on it.
Hollywood City Center, a red zone for Big Red. Busick on that carry, so it makes it second goal and down at the 3. But good block on that play by Piro on Dorian Thomas. Handoff, and Busick down near the goal line. Speaking of food, before the game, we got our halftime meal before the game. We want to thank Ed and Shirley from Corner Cupboard, Ed and Shirley, for providing the crew tonight with wings. They have over 100 flavors of wings and are located on Eldersville Road in Collier. So look at the poor chicken. You know, I'm sure if it was your wing, you would be looking a little unhappy too. The Corner Cupboard, and I want to thank Ed and Shirley. And by the end of the season, I want to sample all 100. I sampled 10 flavors tonight.
And I'm sure you will, Don.
So I've got 90 to go.
You'll get it done. I have faith in you.
Wasn't there a song about that? 100 wings in the bucket.
And you'll probably get it done in one night.
Split backs, Bronco.
There's no signal yet.
Touchdown. There
it is. Fullback dive just off the left side. Pounds it in for the score. Good blocking on the left side of that line, too, for Big Red. Number 68, Darren Hetherington, doing a good job of coming off the ball.
One of those soft
And
balls.
there it is right there. You can see he's got it in. Good lead block by number 24, Jordan McIntyre, as well. So that offensive line, Mason Campbell, Jordan Banks, Jamie Duvall, Darren Hetherington, and Ryan Dugan doing a great job.
David Anderson with the hold. And looked like movement for Big Red.
Kick is waved off. There's a flag.
Dead ball. We have enforcement.
No, offsides Indian Creek.
They might go for 2 on this. Be half the distance penalty. The ball will be set at the 1.5 yard line, or they could decline it and leave it where it is.
Dead ball. Enforced defense. Just a total decline. 5 point.
The offside is refused. Big Red will re-kick.
They'll try it again, Brennan Stover.
There it is again. Might be on the offense. It's this time. It looked like left guard, or I'm sorry, the right guard maybe moved his foot prior to the snap. Yep, that's what it is.
There's a look at Reno.
You know, he said prior to the game that he's going to try to be very, very basic and very fundamental, not do a lot with his offense. Just come into the game with 6-7 plays and try to run them to perfection. And so far, they've been able to do that.
Stover, and it is good. We take a break. 2:42 to go in the half. Big Red leads the Creek. Your VaporJet scoreboard has it 27-0 as the count. We'll be back after this. And we are back on the VaporJet scoreboard. Big Red leads the Creek by the count of 27-0. Michael Waite, Dorian Thomas back deep. One of the up men will field it. That is Jordan. Actually, Waite comes up and grabs it. And he gets out to the 31-yard line. So right now, that was the Wintersville Trophy Shop kickoff. But right now, execution for Big Red, the name of the game tonight. A lot of new faces, a lot of young faces. We mentioned only 3 returning starters in the Big Red offense, but these young kids getting a chance and really coming through.
I tell you, they're coming through because Big Red coaching staff is able to take advantage of their talents. You're going to see that they don't have a lot of big kids, but they have a lot of kids that can run. So, you know, they're going to be an attacking type of defense. They're not going to sit back and let you jam the ball down their throats. They're going to go right after you, and that's what they've done so far, and they've been real successful.
When you talk about Big Red and the defense, Bronco Busick, boy, he comes as advertised.
I'll tell you, he's so intense. You know, he understands the game. He knows what his role is. You know, he causes so much confusion in there for the offense that it's, you know, you never know where he's going to go, and it makes it difficult to block him.
And you can learn more about Bronco Busick and Steubenville Big Red football, as well as Indian Creek, on our WTOV9.com high school super site, most comprehensive high school site in the Valley. The super site takes you inside the locker room, onto the field of your favorite area teams, everything you need to know about your team. You can't get closer to the game than on WTOV9.com. Just click on your school's icon on the high school page. You can see highlights from their games, a high school football preview, roster, schedule, all kinds of fun stuff. Smith's going to run with it. And he gets to the 40-yard line. Now, he's been pretty impressive tonight running the football. Gavin Smith, first start at quarterback.
I'll tell you, did a great job, found the opening right there, was able to take it upfield, close to a first down. It's going to bring up 2nd and 1. They still have 2:15 left. They're out of timeout, so they really got to get moving here if they expect to get a score before the half.
Now they've got Dorian Thomas in as a slot to this side. Matt Stone lined up in the backfield, side the quarterback, and this will be the fullback Stone. And he should have enough for the first down.
Okay, let's go to move the sticks. That's good.
John Campbell on the hit along with Bronco Busick.
You know, they have to hurry up. They got to, you know, get into their 2-minute offense right now. Call the play from the line.
Also
know what to expect. Hurry it up.
Off the right side, picks up first down yardage. Great.
Same formation. Gavin Smith.
Nice throw.
Floats it out there, and the pass is caught.
Out of bounds.
And is that Daniel Dunleavy, I believe?
Good throw that time. Had a defender out there, was able to get the ball over the defender. Very good throw. And number 7, Daniel Dunleavy, making the catch and getting out of bounds, stopping the clock.
Son of basketball coach Joe Dunleavy. Daniel, a basketball standout. I'm sure looking forward to his senior year for the Creek, playing for his dad. 1st and 10. Creek at the 46-yard line of Big Red. Dorian Thomas in motion. Guys everywhere, moving, jumping. We'll see what they call.
It'll probably be a procedure penalty against Indian Creek, I think.
Dead ball. Encroachment.
Oh, okay. Somebody from Big Red got into the neutral zone prior to the snap.
Penalized 5 yards offside.
See if they come with the same play. We're going to give it to Thomas as he was coming in motion from his slot position to the left of the formation, and then an inside handoff going to the right.
And flags again, movement again.
That time was thrown by the umpire, and that's usually against the offense.
Offense. 5-yard penalty.
Procedure.
So it's back where it originally started, 1st and 10. Exchange 5-yard penalties.
So that puts it 1st and 10 on the 46-yard line. And Smith in the gun. Setting up the screen to the fullback Stone. And he gets down to the 39-yard line. Matt Stone.
Nice call that time by the offensive staff from Indian Creek. You know, Big Red coming with their ears pinned back, knowing that Indian Creek has to throw it if they're going to score. Through a little screen pass, good for about 6 yards.
Busick and Dugan defensive.
Clock at 1:07. Creek, no timeouts. Busick gets picked up. Smith runs into his own guy, and Busick makes the tackle. I mean, he was initially blocked and fought off the block and comes up with the tackle.
He wasn't blocked very long, Don. You know, he's just so strong. You know, you never see him knocked backwards.
Loss of 3 brings up 3rd down and 8.
3rd and 8. Smith to Thomas. Excellent
tackle.
open field tackle by Patrick Gilbert.
And excellent form that time. Head in front of the ball carrier, coming down low, made a good open field tackle by number 5, Patrick Gilbert. Gotta hurry. It's going to be under 15 seconds. They're going to have time to huddle.
And Coach Connors, he's just threw his hat on the ground. He's upset, telling them, pointing at the clock. 4th and 7. Smith. And he gets
good tackle
rolled
also
out of
again,
bounds.
number 22, Jesse Burden.
Have a flag on the play.
Jesse Burden knocks him out of bounds.
We got a face mask infraction. 5 yards on the defense. We're going to have 1 on down.
Face mask on Big Red. Incidental face mask, so that will bring up
Kevin Smith.
1 untimed down.
Can't end the half on a defensive penalty.
Infraction against the Big Red, a 5-yard face mask.
They'll send Dunleavy
Indian Creek will run 1 untimed play.
to the bottom, along with Haswell. Waite is going off the field. No. I don't know whether you're going to have a flag, because that would be illegal substitution. 3, 5. Yeah, they had 12 men on the field. Now they're counting them.
Yep. You're right, Don.
Yeah, Waite never made it off the field. Dunleavy stays in.
Well, somebody has to go out.
No penalty.
Well, now here comes
Leaving the field.
First 12 guys in.
Flag, no penalty.
3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There goes the 12th. Okay. Dunleavy, Waite, and Thomas to the bottom. Stone will go in motion to the top side. But your deep threats are all down here to the bottom. Smith unloads, knocked down by Jordan Meyer, and that will bring the first half to a close.
Jordan Meyer breaks up
The first half is in the books, and Steubenville Big Red goes to the locker room leading by the count of 27-0 on your VaporJet scoreboard. And Big Red in that first half, pretty impressive way to start the season. Well-executed drives. Started with that opening drive as they marched down the field and came up with that first touchdown to start things off. Jackie Kane is with head coach Reno Sakash.
Reno, 27-0. You guys are shutting them down.
Well, so far we've played pretty well in the first half. We had a couple mistakes defensively, but we just got to improve on our communication between the sideline and the field. But other than that, our kids are playing hard, and I think we're playing pretty physical. I'd like to play a little bit faster, though.
Bronco Busick, the Creek can't contain him.
Well, it's a team. Individuals make plays, teams win games. So team effort, the Bronco is playing well.
All right, thanks so much,
Thank you
Coach.
very much.
And that brings the first half to a close. Big Red up 27-0. You're watching the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week brought to you in part by Ohio Valley Honda, Trinity Health System, National City Bank, Belmont Harrison Career Center, and Consol Energy. Set to kick off the second half of action tonight at Harding Stadium. Big Red leading Indian Creek by the count of 27-0. And they jumped out quickly on this one in the first quarter, scoring 3 touchdowns. in the first quarter on a pair of touchdown passes from Dwight Macon and a Macon touchdown run. And the Macon touchdown run was the first score in the first quarter, capping the opening drive. Macon, 7 yards for the touchdown. Big Red led 6-0. Then a little bubble screen. Trey Wiggins takes it 36 yards to the house. 13-0 Big Red. Macon would then find Sage Kutry, 11 yards to the score to make it 20-0. At the end of the quarter, in the second quarter, Bronco Busick from a yard out in for the touchdown, and that is where we stand now. Big Red 27, Indian Creek 0 as we kick off the second half. Kick fielded and dropped back to the 30-yard line, and that is where Big Red or Indian Creek will take over to start the second half of action. And Creek, late in the first half, started to get things going a little bit offensively. Quarterback Gavin Smith, some nice runs. Dorian Thomas, the tailback, a nice job as well running the football. So Dorian Thomas, lone man in the backfield.
See what adjustments both teams have made here in the beginning of the second half, and we'll see if there's any adjustments in the Indian Creek offense starting here in the second half, Don.
Bunch top side, and they run Thomas that way. The first 2 times they ran out of that formation, it was a toss, but it was to Thomas away from the bunch.
Right.
This time he goes toward it.
And into the boundary also. And that's not a bad play to call into the boundary, because a lot of defensive teams will attempt to defend the wide side of the field as opposed to the short side of the field. And every once in a while it's nice to sneak something into the boundary, into the short side of the field to see if maybe you can pop one.
2nd and 9, Michael Waite goes over top side. Tyler Wolpert down to the near side. Smith rolling. Throws it to Calhoun, the big tight end. Making the grab for the first down of the 47, and Calhoun, a couple of nice catches tonight for the Creek.
And I tell you, that little waggle action and Gavin Smith, coming away from that, you're going to take a look at it right here. Nice ball handling, nice faking right here. You can see some pressure coming from the outside, but the tight end coming across the middle finds the opening, beats the free safety across the middle for the first down. One thing that Indian Creek did a little bit of toward the end of the first half, Don, was that they were doing a lot of sprint out, trying to attack the perimeter of the Big Red offense rather than trying to run right at them.
Smith unloads, catches Daniel Dunleavy in and out of his hands, about a yard shy of the sticks. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice throw that time by Gavin Smith, number 12. Ball was right on the money. Dunleavy just not being able to handle it. Probably took his eye off the ball right before he caught it. And like Booker Brooks, wide receiver coach at Penn State, used to say, there is no run without the catch. And you make the catch first. And I'm sure that Dunleavy will be making several of those catches as the season rolls on.
Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10. Ball in the Creek 47. They'll have Matt Stone offset top side, the lead block for Thomas, who cuts it in, breaks one tackle, and Bronco Busick wraps him up.
Good pursuit by the Big Red defense. Number 11 coming in there very, very quickly. That was William Jackson. But Thomas was able to break that initial tackle and get upfield and gain a couple yards. And I'll tell you, Thomas looks a lot stronger this year than what he did last year, Donnie. He's put on some pounds, and you can see the nice definition in his arms and in his thighs. So, he's going to be a good running back as this season progresses.
He looks shaken up a little bit, limps over to the sideline. 3rd and 9. 2 receivers to the bottom. Calhoun's been their main receiving threat. He comes in motion to the bottom. Rolling is Smith and Bronco Busick. No, it wasn't Busick. It was Shaquille Petaway as well, coming up 23, and Ryan Dugan.
Shaquille Petaway, number 23, 6 foot 170. He's only a 10th grader playing one of those linebacker positions, and he's going to be here for 3 more years.
There's a look at it.
Right here,
Yeah, here is Dugan.
Good. That was good penetration by Petaway, and he took on the blocker with his inside shoulder and forced the quarterback to turn to the inside. Picture perfect defense. The contained man forces it to the inside. Linebacker comes from the inside on pursuit, makes the tackle.
There's the snap.
Nice kick.
Westlake at his 15. Westlake to the 28 where he is brought down. And making the special teams tackle, Dalton Castleman. We'll take a break. 8:50 to go, third quarter. Vapor Jet scoreboard. Big Red 27. The Creek 0. And we're back 1st and 10 on their own 29. Dwight Macon up under center. Jamie Duvall. Nice set. Brandon up the middle. And good initial penetration by Matt Kauser. Really blew that up, and then Nico Otto comes in to clean it up. Coming up as well, Anthony Tate.
Anthony Tate doing a good job. Getting off his block, getting to the ball carrier very, very quickly, holding it to a short gain of about 2 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 8.
There's 2nd and 7 now. Wiggins, your motion man. There is Brandon again, and coming up making a tackle, Dalton Castleman.
And a good penetration again from Anthony Tate from his defensive end position. Got there very, very quickly and was able to beat the blocker to the spot. And a very short gain of maybe a half a yard to a yard. So it's going to bring up 3rd and maybe 7. 7.5.
Brandon Carroll and Trey Wiggins go topside. Wiggins in motion. Brandon dotting that eye. Macon fires. McIntyre can't hang on to it.
Almost made a great catch.
That'll bring up 4th down for Big Red. 4th and 8 on their own 31. Creek defense coming up with the good series. First punt of the night for Big Red. Anthony Pirro is the punter. Dunleavy and Waite back on their own 34-yard line.
Big Red may be short.
10 men on the field. There's the punt from Pirro. Waite picks up 2, trips. Had a couple of blocks, but couldn't do anything with it. He trips up at the 43-yard line. So Creek with their 2nd offensive possession of the 2nd half. Let's check in with Jackie.
I am here with the Big Red cheerleaders, and they're going to give us a little sample of how they get their team routed up. Let's hear it, girls. Whose house? Our house. Let's go red. Whose house? Our house. Let's go red. Whose house? Our house. Let's go red. Whose house? Our house. Let's go.
1st and 10 on their own 43 for the Creek. Adam Young in at quarterback now, and Young rolling topside, fires it, tipped, looking for Calhoun, the tight end.
Almost intercepted.
But coming up was Pirro for Big Red, Anthony Pirro.
Adam Young's pass is incomplete, broken up by Anthony Pirro.
But they will do that this season, use both these quarterbacks, Adam Young and Gavin Smith. And I'll tell you what, Smith, he showed the ability to run. Made quite a few big plays with his legs for Indian Creek, connected with Calhoun. Some passes, fumble. And Devo Campbell's in there, but I think he got back over it. Now, Young came in for the 1 snap in the first half, and that was a block snap as well. Jackie.
Yeah, I'm here with some former Big Red players. Anthony Gossett, Jeremy Banks. You guys, this is the first time you haven't been on this team. How do you feel about that?
It's rough, Playing here for 4 years. It's hard being in the stands now.
Yeah, both of you headed off to school. Are you excited about it?
Yeah, very excited. I'm gonna miss it a lot here, though.
Yeah, there's an energy at this field that is like nowhere else.
Yeah, there's nowhere else like it. Death Valley, it's the best place to play football.
All right, so good luck at school with both of you. We'll send it back up to you guys.
Have to find out from Jackie where they're going. Let's see. Jeremy Banks is going to Youngstown State. I'm not sure about Anthony Gossett. And I don't know if he's playing baseball or not.
Are you playing baseball? No. Franklin University, and he is not playing baseball.
Franklin University for Anthony Gossett. Two stand out there. Of course, you're with Fred Hetherington, a couple former baseball players as well with the baseball coach.
Absolutely. Boy, Jeremy Banks had a great year this year, not only as a member of the Big Red football team, but as a member of the Big Red baseball team and the Legion team as well. Also, really is an excellent baseball player.
Oh, outstanding hitter. And Gossett Goose as well for that baseball program. Sports Friday, Sports Sunday. That's your source for the latest news, highlights, and more. Get all the highlights and scores from high school football every Friday at 11:15 on Sports Friday, and a weekly wrap-up on Sports Sunday at 11:35 only on WTOV 9. 3rd and 13. Gavin Smith unloads it and incomplete. Good break on the ball by Patrick Gilbert.
Good job by Patrick Gilbert. Got inside the receiver a little bit, was able to get a hand in there and knock it away on the slant pattern.
Flag on the far side, I believe.
Yes, there is at about the 45-yard line, Don.
We got an ineligible downfield on the offense.
Illegal man downfield. National City Bank scoreboard, 6:41 to go, 3rd quarter.
Ineligible man downfield.
Pass intended for Justin Wilson.
Indian Creek next week has Oak Glen. I believe Buchtel.
Akron Buchtel. Yep.
Next up on the schedule for Big Red.
Brandon Matthew in punt formation.
Brandon Matthews done an excellent job punting tonight for the Creek, and he's back in to do just that.
Good snap. Whoa, that was close.
Comes Westlake.
Nice coverage. Good job of coverage. Number 21 down there in good shape. It's Brian Rupert for the Indian Creek Redskins.
You're watching the WTOV 9 High School Game of the Week. Vapor Jet scoreboard. Big Red 27, Indian Creek nothing. 6:32 to go, 3rd quarter, as we are back. Macon up under Jamie Duvall. New fullback in, Zach Howarth. And Demetrius Brandon for the gain.
Nice spin move by Brandon after he got to the line of scrimmage. So able to make a little spin move, fall forward for a couple extra yards. It's a gain of about 5, so we'll call it 2nd and 5.
Michael Chaconis defensively. Along with Mark Chaconis.
Gain of 4 on the play. Brandon Carroll split up top side along with Wiggins, and Wiggins in motion down to the bottom. Toss, Demetrius Brandon.
He's got the outside.
Off with the block, and being brought down from behind out near midfield. It was Brandon with the carry, and Nico Otto's having himself a good game. Otto with the tackle. He is a sophomore.
I wouldn't be surprised if Steubenville Big Red really doesn't work on their running game here. You can see a good block there on the corner by number 20. That was Trey Wiggins. Opened up a little running seam for the ball carrier and was able to get it up for the first down at about the 47-yard line, 48.
Westlake, your motion man. Macon down the middle. Kutry can't hang on to it.
Wow, was he wide open. Tight end coming off the ball, found a little seam in there, was able to get open.
Ryan Dugan hurt on the play. He's slow getting up. And we want to thank Ed and Shirley from Corner Cupboard for providing the crew tonight with wings. There's our buddy the chicken. They have over 100 flavors of wings, and they are located on Eldersville Road in Colliers. That is where we get our wings for the wing thing before the game. And I think in the future, if the wings that are remaining halftime, I'm sure a bucket could slide its way up here.
To you,
hint,
Donald.
hint.
To you. Tell that chicken looks a little surprised as you're looking at him here in the upper right hand.
I love that chicken. Shirts available. Look at the chicken. It's just got this look on its face. See? Oh man, yeah, we're the wing thing. We're the wing place, but I'd like to keep mine. Thank you. The game of the week chicken. There it is. Oh, mercy.
Well, I'll tell you, let's hope that it's not anything real serious for Ryan Dugan. Being a senior, we certainly hope that it's not anything that's going to take a long time for him to recuperate from. He's one of the veterans of that offensive line.
Training staff down there taking a look at Dugan, and as they do that, we will take a break. 5:40 to go, third quarter, 27-0. Your score here in the game of the week. And we are back. And Ryan Dugan comes off the field on his own power. He's walking right down below us, trying to shake things off a little bit. 2nd and 10. Horoth in motion. Macon under pressure, eludes it. Cullen DeSantis chasing him, and he's off to the races. Gets the first down, sees the stick, steps out at the 42-yard line. But Cullen DeSantis was there, and I believe Anthony Tate again.
Well, he had such a dimension to that offense when he gets out on the outside on the perimeter. He put so much pressure on the defense down there.
Jackie Kane.
Yeah, I just talked to one of the trainers about Ryan Dugan's injury. It seems he took a helmet to the right knee. The trainer says they think he's going to be okay, just needs to sit out and rest a little bit. They hope he'll be back soon. So that's the latest on Ryan Dugan's injury.
And thanks a lot, Jackie. First down for the Red.
First down and 10 from the 42-yard line. Man wide each way for Steubenville Big Red. Backs in the eye.
You pick up the blitz, pass is unloaded, and it is caught. And that is David Anderson.
I think he had his knee down over there, Don, when he made the catch. Real quick play. It's as good as a running play. It's a gain of about 5. It'll bring up 2nd and 5. Main thing is they keep the clock moving here in the third period. We're getting to about 5 minutes left to go in this third period. You can see here a quick 3-step drop. And right there he is on his knee, and that's where the ball will be down.
2nd and 5. Toss, Demetrius Brandon. And
good
he
tackle.
gets brought down, and that is
Gavin
Smith, the quarterback, making the tackle.
Good open field tackle. Good technique, got the head in front. Was able to bring the ball carrier down after a short gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 3. A lot of different numbers coming in. Number 44, Dan Bain checks in. 6 foot, 175-pound tight end, junior.
And he's seen a lot of time tonight in the double tight sets. Now he's in for Kutry.
75, Trey Terry is at the left tackle position.
Macon fires, it's caught by Bain. Wilson over there to make the stop along with Cowser. Boy, he delivered that into a tight space, and a nice catch by Bain. Both tight ends tonight now with nice catches.
Well, I tell you, he did a good job of finding the open area. He just went down, hooked up in just in a little soft spot there between the zone, and was able to find the opening. You're going to see it right here. Gets downfield about 7 to 8 yards, hooks up, ball is thrown, good catch.
Here comes Brandon. Michael Waite with the tackle. Cullen DeSantis over there as well.
Demetrius Brandon has that patented spin move. He uses it quite often, and he did it again here.
Remember the nice run
very effective, yeah.
He had in this game last year, late in the game.
Yep.
Hollywood City Center red zone.
Pick up 10 yards in the first step.
David Anderson, Trey Wiggins, topside Harwath now but a wing to the right. There's Wiggins in motion. Make it.
There he is, wide open.
Pass. Caught. Touchdown. Trey Wiggins, his second touchdown grab of the night.
Just a deep crossing pattern. Little bootleg action, and Trey Wiggins came from the slot on the other side. He was the second receiver in. You can see here no pressure, and Macon just waits until he gets into the open, drops the ball in there perfectly. Good pattern, good catch, and it looks like number 20, Trey Wiggins, may have pulled a muscle, a hamstring, or maybe a groin right here. He's grabbing the back of his leg.
Not a bad debut for him, though. 2 touchdowns, one for 17, one from 36 yards. Snap, placement, flag.
He came from the head linesman, so somebody's in a neutral zone.
That makes, 4 flags and extra point attempts tonight.
Jason Paludi was the long snapper that time to Anderson the holder. Jovan Paludi was the...
That's against Big Red. So this time number 80 for Big Red. Brendan Stover will attempt this from the 15-yard line, so this will be a 25-yard extra point.
Snap, placement, and the kick is up.
Long
and
enough.
It's good.
It's good.
3:21 to go, third quarter. Big Red extends its lead to 34-0. You're watching the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. Welcome back to Harding Stadium, and we want to invite you to the 2008 Stern Wheel Festival in Wheeling, the Heritage Port, September 11th through the 13th. Fun for the whole family with stern wheel rides, food, craft vendors, and nightly entertainment. This year's Stern Wheel Festival brought to you by WTOV9 and American Electric Power. And a little squib kick. Cullen DeSantis scoops it up and stumbles, and he is down at the 28.
Cullen DeSantis fields the ball and slips down at the 27.
Brendan Stover, not kicking the ball real deep. A couple times he kicked it, very, very high. That time he sort of squibbed it over to the coverage team's left, and putting Indian Creek in very, very poor field position. They're at about the 27-yard line, and that's basically about where they've been starting all of their drives. So they have a long field to cover before they can get it in for the score.
Haspel and Waite to the bottom. Smith out of the gun, low snap, and he's going to pay for it. Coming up with that sack is Gerald Christian.
6 foot 220, making good penetration, getting to the quarterback very, very quickly. Now we're starting to see a lot more substitutions. Number 30 for Big Red checks into the lineup. That's Zach Haroth, linebacker. Number 27 also in there, Jonathan Littlejohn.
And 82, Brandon Prentice, I believe.
Number 13, Caleb Westlake, is at one of the outside linebacker positions.
And there was a look at McIntyre, Jordan McIntyre. Gunn. Young at quarterback, and he goes down. Shaquille Petaway with the penetration.
A lot of pressure that time from Shaquille Petaway.
Tell you what, the thing that really stuck out at me in the practices, I went to a couple of them before Big Red camp. Shaquille Petaway, just his motor does not stop. And these defensive backs, Patrick Gilbert, Isaiah Willis, Caleb Meyer in that secondary, or actually Jordan Meyer, Boo Jackson. That's a pretty impressive secondary, a lot of speed, good hitters, but look at the number of guys that are just going one way.
Yeah,
I just named 4 D-backs that don't play on offense.
Yeah, Dominic Garay in there at number 85 at a defensive end position.
Young in the gun.
Devin Campbell at the other defensive end position.
DeSantis goes in motion, top side. Young, you got a flag in the play. He drops the ball, pumps it, and gets to the 11. We'll see what happens on this.
Two flags, one on this side, one on the other side, so it had to be along the line of scrimmage. That's an illegal shift by Indian Creek, and Big Red will more than likely decline this penalty. Number 58 checking into the game for Big Red, that's Delshawn Woods. Also number 87, Derek Edwards, in there at a defensive back position.
They'll have to punt it away. 1:18 to go, third quarter. Brandon Matthew on to boot it. As we've mentioned before, he's done an excellent job punting the football tonight.
That's been one of the bright spots for Indian Creek tonight has been their punting game. They've done a nice job of protecting the punter, and the punter's done a great job of really placing his punts well away from the return man.
And that's not to be taken lightly, because that was one of the biggest problems for them last year.
Absolutely, yes.
Nice punt. Piro lets it get on the ground, and he gets on top of it. Big Red takes over their own 49, and Jackie Kane, where are you?
I am down here with the principal of Big Red. This is a huge night for Big Red. Look at this stands. It's packed. How does this feel for your school?
Well, I think it's just nice to have this kind of a rivalry game to open up the football season. It's nice to see everybody come out and enjoy the game. Nice weather.
All right, so you proud of the team tonight?
I think the team's doing a real nice job. Just, get out of the game, nobody gets hurt, get on with the rest of the season, that's all.
All right, well, that is going to do it for us here in the end zone. We'll send it back to you guys.
Jackie, thank you very much.
And there's the toss. Alvin Taylor on the carry, and standing beside Jackie, we see Bob Radakovich down there, and this is the first game that Coach Radakovich hasn't been calling the plays for head coach Reno Sokoch. It's been, 30 years those two coached together?
Yeah, that's right. And I had an opportunity to talk to Coach Radakovich about his son, who is attending Penn State University now. And he was indicating to me how happy he was with the way things are going for his son up at State College. And, what a good year they're anticipating this year with the Nittany Lions.
And that'll bring the third quarter to a close. Big Red up 34-0 as we enter the final quarter of play. And we're back to start the fourth quarter. Freshman Marcus Prather in at quarterback for the Big Red, and Daniel Dunleavy with the tackle of Elvin Taylor.
Number 36 came through there like a shot. Good job. A lot of backups in there now. Number 54, Jake Glenn. 61, Dylan Clayton. 64, Willie Pruitt. 72, Jovan Paludi. 76, Chad Fuller.
First and 10 at the 41. And Taylor, a good hard run to the 37. We mentioned Bob Radakovich in the first game. He hasn't been the offensive coordinator, and Jackie Kane caught up with him earlier tonight.
I'm here now with Bob Radakovich, a major award just given to you. 30 years with Big Red football. How does it feel to receive this plaque here tonight?
Well, actually, this is a surprise. I didn't know I was getting this tonight, but I've been blessed. This is the best place in the world you can coach. I've made a lot of great friends. My family's been great through the years because it's not easy being a family member of a coach. And greatest place in the world to coach.
All right, well, congratulations to you. We're going to throw it back up to Don now.
And Coach Radakovich giving that plaque in a ceremony prior to the game. And Mr. Taylor, Elvin Taylor, with another nifty run down to the 15-yard line on that play.
Try to pick up some of those numbers for Indian Creek as well, Dawn. See number 4, Jordan Spence on a corner.
And there's a look at it.
Cullen DeSantis. You can see a great run here by number 36. That's Alvin Taylor, getting it down around the 15-yard line for Big Red.
There's Prather back in.
Mark Draconis, number 75, in there as a defensive lineman.
1st and 10 at the 15. Prather gets hit from behind, ball on the ground.
See who got it. Looked like Indian Creek had it initially, but there you go.
Got it.
Good effort, good hustle by the Indian Creek defensive line, coming off the edge that time. Just held the ball a little bit too long. He had a receiver open in the corner of the end zone. Looked like the tight end was snuck behind the corner there. Take a look at it. Here we go. Boom. Number 52.
Anthony Tate.
Anthony Tate. He's had a good game tonight.
Ball on the 18-yard line for Indian Creek. Handoff, Draconis, and he gets hit.
Number 44 stepped
Danny
up
Bain.
in there. Danny Bain. Good solid hit from the inside linebacker position.
Dan Bain delivers the blow for the Big Red defensively. Michael Traconis knocked down for a loss as a keeper.
Loss of 2 on the play, brings up 2nd and 12.
Number 10 in their quarterback, that's Adam Young for the Indian Creek Redskins.
Handoff, Matt Stone to 21. Bain with the tackle.
Little quick fullback hitter over the right side. Justin
Chad
Baldwin
Fuller.
checking in for the ball game. Also number 70, Michael Boney, one of the defensive tackles. Number 82, Brandon Prentice, also in there. Number 31, Seamus Nixon, also in there.
3rd and 7. Young.
Whoa.
And that ball gets batted down. Coming in to do that,
Derek
Jonathan
Edwards.
Littlejohn for
That was
87.
Derek Edwards.
Derek Edwards.
Breaks up the pass play for the Big Red.
We're going to take a look at it on the replay, Don. He just comes off the corner and does the right thing that coaches constantly tell you. You know, if you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up. And right there, he does a good job of getting up his hands and knocking that ball away. Also, number 57, Justin Baldwin was in the area. Number 40, Joshua Thompson in there, one of the defensive back positions. And number 27, Jonathan Littlejohn at a linebacker.
And Brandon Matthew with the punt.
Nice high
Westlake
kick.
calls for the fair catch. And Big Red will have it at midfield when we come back. 8:37 to go. And we are back. And we've got time on the field.
That's an official timeout.
Officials time.
Getting the chain set. First and 10. Ball just across midfield. Taylor. Look at this. Taylor to the 30. Stiff arm down to the 20-yard line. And Elvin Taylor. Kind of reminds like Demetrius Brandon in the late stages of the game last year. Elvin Taylor, some nice runs.
Good speed.
He's got to have 60 yards by now.
I think so.
At least.
Here it is on the look. Makes a nice little move to the outside. And then is just able to outrun all of those defenders. Gets a good block from one of his wide receivers. And right here you'll see number 7. That's Daniel Dunleavy making an open field tackle, keeping him from getting into the end zone.
First and 10 at the 21. Quick hitter and incomplete. Pass intended for Michael Goodwin.
Michael Goodwin running a slant pattern to the inside from his right wide receiver position. And the ball just thrown slightly behind him.
Pass intended for Michael Goodwin.
Rather up under center. Anderson in motion. Toss Taylor. And Taylor, good hard run down to just shy of the 15.
Showing a little bit of patience, not in a hurry to get, that making that cut. He's waiting to see a little crease in that defense, and then when he does see it, he's going to plant that outside foot and get turned upfield, trying to stretch the defense as much as possible to find a gap. Here it is here. Number 30 out there trying to get a block for him. That's Zach Horoth.
Rather, Goodwin, and he gets down to the 9.
Number 21, nice catch by Michael Goodwin, wide receiver. Got it inside the 10. He'll take a look. Nice little, just a little hitch pattern. Nice, some strong running there by Mike Goodwin, as we could see. Throwing people off of him.
National City Bank score bar, 7 minutes to go as we are in the Hollywood City Center red zone. Dominic Gary, a tight end to the top side. Taylor,
nice,
he gets
nice
hit
job.
at the 10.
Taylor hit for no gain.
No gain that time. Good penetration by the Indian Creek defense.
Check if there's a loss, I'm going to play back to the 11. Second and goal.
Here you see Willie Pruitt, big number 64, sophomore 6'1", 280. Checked into the game. Sailor Kittle, number 53 as well. There's Jovan Paludi, 72.
Jordan Meyer, I think, is the backup quarterback, sophomore. But I noticed he's standing on a sideline with some ice on his right hand.
Prather.
Nice throw.
Ball is caught. That is Brennan. Was that Stover?
Number 30.
No, that was Horoth.
Yeah.
Looked like 80-30.
Isn't that a familiar name that used to be running the ball for Catholic Central a few years
Zach
ago?
Horoth, yeah.
Zach Horoth, and this is Zach Horoth. Yeah, this young quarterback's doing a nice job running the offense for Big Red right now. He's throwing the ball fairly well and handling the ball fairly well, handing it off to his backs.
Alvin Taylor takes it. He gets hit.
Wow, a lot of penetration from the edge coming that time. Play was very slow in developing. Number 9.
Alan Haswell.
Yeah, Alan Haswell, outside linebacker, came off the outside and got to the ball carrier very, very quickly. Good job that time by Alan Haswell. That's 4th and goal from about the 6.
Rather up under center. Anderson in motion. Toss. Taylor. Trying to stretch it out, but he won't do it. Is that tackle is made, and with that, we will take a break. Be back with more after this. WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week brought to you in part by Jefferson Community College, the Annabelle and Company, 2:54 to go. 2nd and 5 for Indian Creek after a short pickup on 1st down. They'd stopped Big Red on 4th down and took over. Picked up 5 yards on the 1st down, so 2nd and 5 on their own 16. Timeout on the field.
I think there's an injury. Notice one of the Indian Creek players is down in the back of the huddle.
Big Red on top of Creek. We'll step aside. You're listening to Big Red Football on the River.
On September 11th, tune in for a half-hour special on Going Green. Join hosts Allison Latos and Jeff Exline for Going Green, tips on recycling in the Ohio Valley, how to build green, and information on ways to save a little green, too. Going Green Ohio Valley airs September 11th at 7:30, and they're going green here as well at the stadium, from what they told me. Injured player for Indian Creek still being attended to. Do not have a number at this time. And we've got one now. Is that Stone? Matt Stone.
Okay, Indian Creek hasn't done a bad job in this half. Defensively, they played a little bit better. They've been able to hold the Big Red offense to only 1 score in this half. And they've moved the ball and threatened 1 time on their own. So, starting to come together a little bit for the Redskins.
And off.
Nice move to the outside, came up there, and there's a flag coming in.
I believe that was Wilson on the carry. Justin. No, it was Traconis.
Michael Boney on the tackle that time. See what the penalty is.
Face mask on Big Red.
It's number 31, Seamus Nixon, defensive back.
So 1st and 10 at the 29. Adam Young under center. Toss. It is Wilson. Justin Wilson on the carry.
We haven't seen Dorian Thomas this whole quarter, Don. He limped off the field about midway through the 3rd quarter, and he hasn't been back. But I tell you, he's going to be a good running back for the Redskins as the season progresses.
Justin Wilson had 9 yards of that carry, and here he should be close to a 1st down.
Number 34 checks in for Big Red. That's Brian DiFilippo. Adam Young at the quarterback position for Indian Creek. Right here, number 14 is Tyler Wolper checking into the game.
First down play for the Creek at the 39. Toss, Wilson trying to stretch it out to the outside. He's brought down from behind by Blake Carroll.
Also Derek Edwards, number 87, doing a good job over there of keeping outside leverage on the ball, not letting him get to the outside. Jordan Spence, number 4.
Called a gain of 2. Handoff, first man through, Traconis, and he's got a 1st down out to the 49, Michael Traconis.
Good job, was able to sneak through there on a little fullback dive over the left side. Good blocking in there by Blaze Lamatrice.
Seamus Nixon on the stop. Now with Dominic Geary. First and 10.
Turconis checks out of the ball game. I don't know if he was injured. They were looked like at his hand.
Nico Otto, number 8 at the fullback position now.
And Otto with the carry. And he gets stopped.
Nico Otto, short yardage.
Clock is going to be winding down by the time they get off this next play, Don. It'll be under 1 minute, and this game is pretty much history, I think.
Delshawn Woods defensively.
Number 30 checking in for Indian Creek. That's Caleb Thomas.
Derek Edwards also played defense.
Second and 9. Here goes Young, and that pass is caught by Otto. Down to the 35. Brandon Prentice with the tackle.
Clock stops with 39.7 seconds left to go in the game.
And we'll take a break and be back with the conclusion of this one after this. And we are back. Adam Young is going to roll top side and unload it. Pass is tipped. Incomplete.
He's looking for number 11 coming across. That's Dalton Anderson, tight end, and just wasn't able to quite get the ball to him. They were running a two-man pattern at the top of the screen and dragging the tight end underneath. And that's probably been their most successful play most of the evening, has been that little bootleg by the quarterback and looking for the tight end coming across the middle. This could very possibly be the last play of the game, unless Indian Creek uses a timeout after this play, or it's an incomplete pass.
Toss, Wilson. And he gets to the 33.
Wilson around the right side.
And nobody's calling timeout. The clock is not stopping, and that is probably the last play of the game, and final score is going to be 34-0, Don.
And that does it. Brings this one to a close. Big Red opening with the 34-0 win over Indian Creek. Next up for the Creek, they will take on Oak Glen next week. Big Red next week is home to Akron-Buchtel, then home to East Liverpool and Buffalo St. Joe. Creeks at Oak Glen, home to Cleveland East, home to Union Local, then at Buckeye Local. And Big Red, they put it in the win column by the 34-0 final. A lot of new faces in the lineup, but a lot of good execution for Big Red. Let's look at the schedule. Akron-Buchtel at home, then East Liverpool and Buffalo St. Joe at home before they travel to Beaver Local and Watterson, home to Wheeling Park, at Poland, home to Wheeling Central, and home to Cardinal O'Hara. Let's check in with Jackie Kane and Reno Sakash.
Yeah, I'm here with Coach Reno now. Coach, a big night for your team. How proud are you right now?
I'm always proud of our kids, win or lose. They work so hard during the week, and I'm glad to see them play good tonight. We got to get a little bit better communication, play a little bit faster. But other than that, for the first game, I don't think it was bad. But I'd like to congratulate both teams and both communities.
Anything that your players, you might not have been so confident about, coming into this game, but then you saw them tonight. Anything sticking out in your mind that they just really blew you away doing?
Really, I think that most coaches are greedy people. No matter how good your players do, you only see the things that they do wrong once the game's over. During the game, it's not like that. But right now, you're only thinking of things that you should change and do different. But other than that, the only thing I grade our kids on in the end, the last whistle, is how hard they played.
All right. Well, congratulations on the win. Thanks so much, Coach.
And they did do that. They played hard tonight, come up with the win by a 34-0 final. That does it for the game of the week.
Ready, break.